welcome back to my channel. So, as I've previously told you, I am an artist, and I decided I was going to try something different. Now, a little while ago, about a couple months ago, I posted a question on my Instagram inquiring whether or not people would be interested in an art box, where you would order a box and you would get random items that I have made and put together that would resemble an art piece or a keychain or whatever have you. And I got a lot of positive feedback, so I decided that I would give this a try. And I have literally been working around the clock the last couple months trying to put this together for everybody, and it's finally done, and I have launched pre-orders for this as of Wednesday, May 1st. They are available for pre-order on my website, and you can contact me through via Instagram, Facebook, or here on YouTube to inquire about them if you're interested. So what these are is these are boxes. I've got 7 different options you can choose from. The smallest box is just a straight journal type box where you end up with a journal that could look like anything like these. These are hand painted journals that I have done. And you have, in this particular box, you have the option of selecting which journal you would like to have, making it a little bit more personal. So you can pick, I mean, these are just a couple of the examples that I have. Yeah, these are just a couple of the examples that I happen to have on hand. I have a lot more you can choose from, up to, I think I have 11 you can choose from on my page. So the first box would consist of a journal of your choosing, along with a keychain. And I have a couple different style of keychains you can choose, or that could end up in your box. And this one, you'd potentially end up with one that's made of wood. It could look like that. It could look like this. Some of them may have words on the back of it. Some of them just have a scene on the back of them. But you'd end up with a hand-painted journal. You'd end up with a pen. The pen right now is just a standard blue ballpoint pen. There's nothing really fancy about it. In the future, if this does really well, then I may do custom pens. But for now, it's just a standard blue pen. So you'd end up with a journal, a keychain. You would end up with a bookmark. I have 2 different designs, and you would end up with one of the 2 in your box. And then you would also end up with a magnet. So I have different styles, different shapes. Some of them are fairly large, and then some of them are fairly small, if you can see that. I have a bunch of different sizes, different styles, and it just depends on what box that you select with what it could end up in. So in these boxes, the only option you have to choose or select for yourself is the journal. And that goes with any of the other boxes that have a journal or a 10 by 10 art piece. You have the option to select which one you would like. Everything else is selected at random. So the second box includes a choice of journal and a art piece, a 6 by 6 art piece. It's just a small little art piece like that. Just as an example, again, you wouldn't have an option as to which one you could have. It would just be pre-selected for you, and it would be in your box. So the second one would be a journal, an art piece, along with a keychain, a bookmark, and a magnet. Some of the other keychains that I have, for example, these ones are made of metal, and this one is made out of straight resin. I have quite a few different colors and styles, lengths, shapes, and sizes. And again, they'll all be basically selected at random. So the next box, which isn't journal based, is a small art piece based box, where you end up with an 8 by 8, which could look like this. Really, really, really bright. I have a thing for neons right now. Could look like that. Or it could look like one of these. This one is personally one of my favorites right now. Almost don't want to give it away. But you'd end up with a 8 by 8 art piece. You'd end up with, again, some keychains, a magnet, and bookmarks. So that would be another art box. The next art box up would be an 8 by 10. This one, for example, is an 8x10 that I have done, and you'd end up with an 8x10, again, a bookmark, some keychain, or a keychain, and a magnet, and it depends on which box you choose will determine as to how many of each you end up with. Some of them can have upwards of 3 keychains, 3 magnets. You'll almost always have either 1 or 2 bookmarks, as I only have 2 different designs, so some of them just have 1 and some of them will have 2. The next book box has the option of a 10x10 art piece, and this is again where you have the option of selecting which one you'd like. So a 10x10 could look like one of these. Some of you have seen some of my pieces already, and some of you haven't, and that's okay. Some of them are completely new, and some of them are a little bit older. So you have the option to select which 10x10 piece you would like out of the ones I have available, and again, that would be paired up with all the other items that would show up in your box. The next box, which is a little bit of a larger box, you have the option of selecting both a 10x10 and a journal. So you'd be combining 2 different things along with the other little pieces that would show up. The next upsize box, which is the biggest box I have, and I've tried really hard. So all these boxes up until this point are all underneath the $100 mark. So that way customs don't become too much of an issue if you're ordering outside of Canada, because I have a few people in the US and other locations that are interested. So I have done what I can to keep the prices as low as possible so that shipping isn't outrageous and the customs don't come into play. Now this last box, I couldn't get around that. It is a little bit higher, but it is what it is. It's what I would consider the biggest art box that I have. It is worth $120. And is one of what I consider a major art box. You get literally one of everything. You get a choice of journal, you get a choice of 10x10, but you also get one of each other art piece size, an 8x8, an 8x10, and a 6x6, along with, you end up with 3 magnets, 3 keychains, a couple of bookmarks, and of course through every single one of these you end up with a couple of business cards as well. So those are the boxes that I have available. They are all available for pre-order on my website, and I will link my website below. If you're interested, you can either go through my website. If you do, once you get through, you would select which box you want. You go through the prompts of filling in your billing and information. At the bottom, before you hit confirm, there is an option where it says there's a space for comments. In the comments is where you would list or describe which journal or which art piece you've selected. That way I can put the right piece in for you. If there is an issue, sorry, fighting a bit of a cold. If there's any issues, obviously I would get to you right away or as fast as I can. Now keep in mind, if you decide to purchase a box, please have a backup art piece in mind if you're going with one of the ones that you have the option to select one. I will do what I can to keep on top of the orders so that the people who, it's a first come, first served basis, so they get the ones they choose first. But just have one in mind in case, for whatever reason, the art piece you've selected has already been chosen by somebody else. An issue I'm hoping to not run into. But anyway, as I said, there are 7 different options, 7 different price points. If you're interested, you can contact me through either the YouTube channel, you can go through my Instagram account, you can also find me on Facebook. Otherwise, primarily it's through my website, which you can order that way as well. So if you are interested, please let me know. Pre-orders are available now from May 1st to May 31st. I won't be shipping anything out until the pre-orders are done. So anything that's been purchased within the month of May, we'll be looking to ship those boxes out within the first 2 weeks of June. So that is how that works. If you've got any questions or concerns or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Please give this video a thumbs up. I will leave some stills at the end of this video, just some pictures showing what each box could look like and the prices that go with them. Again, thank you so much for watching.